Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to sit down with you guys and do a full face of first impressions because I have so much new makeup to try out, and today we're trying only affordable makeup because bestie, I know we both love affordable makeup. However, I do have a lot of new high-end things to try out as well. So let me know if you would like to see a full face of luxury and bougie first impressions as well, because that's going to be fun, and maybe then we can find some dupes for it once we're done trying them out. Coming back to today's video, this is the look that I've come up with that I really like. However, there were some oopsie daisies in here as well that I wasn't too happy about, but we also found some good stuff that might be in here for the long haul. I'm not going to make this intro any longer because I know you're here for my first impressions. You're here to try out some products with me, or if you just want to do your makeup and have me in the background just talking and yapping away, then please keep on watching because this is going to be a good one. Alrighty, it's time to try out some new products, and this never fails to excite me. Now, I've been doing this job for way too long, but still, whenever I have to try out new affordable makeup, my excitement just goes through the roof. So if I seem a little extra happy or giggly in this video, that's the reason. But let's come back to the products that we're going to be trying out today. And the first thing I have comes from inside. It's their Radiance filter, and I feel like this is supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless filter, because just look at the packaging, just look at the description. Now, this is supposed to be a squalane and vitamin E infused glowy tint. It's also paraben free, so that's great if you're not into parabens. I don't really care about parabens much, but I know a lot of people do. And this again comes with this doe foot applicator, just like the Charlotte Tilbury one comes. Let's just first swatch it on our hand just to see what it feels like and looks like, and then we'll put it on our face. Now it does have a nice, ooh, look at that. How quickly did that disappear into my skin. The texture also feels nice. It feels very moisturizing. It feels slightly thicker than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but my memory might not be serving me the best. So let's just put it on my face. I'm just going to do a couple of swipes throughout my face just to get a nice glowy base. I think this does come in different shades, and I have the shade 1 Fair. I think they have 3 or 4 shades. Even Charlotte Tilbury has like 6 or 7, so it's not like the hugest shade range in there. But I'm just going to start blending this out. Now, it's just like how Charlotte Tilbury... Okay, first of all, wait. Before we move ahead, this does have a little bit of fragrance, a little cologne-y fragrance, like it smells like a cologne of sorts, but on the face it's taking a little longer to blend out because, as I said, it feels slightly thicker, just slightly thicker than the Charlotte Tilbury one. So maybe, just maybe, a better way of application would be not to swipe it on the face, but to like take it on the finger so that the product gets warmed up a little bit. Let me try it out this way just to see, because this did not cover the whole of my face, and then blend it out. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna work a little better. Now there's a little bit of glow on my face, not the most, a little bit of glow, and it's slightly moisturizing, just ever so slightly, not the most. Mixed feelings about this one, but I'm hoping whatever we're going to move forward to does not give me mixed feelings, because I want this to go well. I feel like I need to put on a little bit more. I don't know why I feel like that. Let me just try a little bit more just on the high points of my face, and I should have taken it on my fingers. Why have I swiped it on my face like that when I realize that you shouldn't be doing that? But I'm just going to blend this out, and you see, even after layering it a little bit, oh, first of all, it's not layering the best. Okay, now it's going a little patchy. Yay me. Wow, great decision, Shreya, great decision. But even after layering it, the glow feels very mediocre. Like it's not as glowy as I would prefer it to be. Mixed feelings still. Moving ahead, I have this Tinted Moisturizer by Brown. Now, Brown is supposed to be a company that is pro-melanin, so even girls who have deeper, richer, beautiful skin tones can get amazing products that would suit them, work with their undertones and everything. Now, the shade range was slightly confusing in this one, and I picked up the shade 03 Beige. I did have to get it exchanged. I bought a shade that wasn't my shade earlier, so I got this one exchanged, but hopefully this would match me. Now, a little description. This is supposed to be an easy blend formula that moisturizes, gives even tone, blocks up to 97% UV rays, and tackles hyperpigmentation. Now, this has vitamins, prebiotics, hibiscus extracts, and whatnot, and this is supposed to be for all skin types, so high expectations right there. So we're just gonna again just first take it on the back of my hand. If it pumps out, please come out. The first couple of times takes a couple of times. The first couple of pumps takes a couple of times, but yeah, so we finally have that All right, I think that should be enough to start off with. That's a lot of product, and the texture of this one does seem to be slightly thick, not super thick, but it's not like a thin liquidy tinted moisturizer. If you can see, it's not just running on my hands like a lot of tinted moisturizers do. So I'm just going to dot it all over my face. Now this is quite warm, as you can see, so hopefully I don't end up looking too warm. Like, I like a good warm base, but not too warm where it's like it's not even your skin tone, Shreya. So I'm just gonna take my brush. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna start blending this out with my hands first, just to see how well it blends out. And the coverage seems to be really sheer, and that's what a tinted moisturizer is supposed to be as well. Like, it's not supposed to give you the most amount of coverage because it's not a foundation, but that's blending out beautifully. That's blending out so well. And again, because they have like nice deeper richer tones as well in their shade range, this is going to be great for people who can't find like a good tinted moisturizer for them. And I think this wasn't too expensive as well. This is for 595, 495, sorry, 495, so under rupees 500 as well. I'm going to keep on trying this one to see how it wears and all of that, because obviously first impressions are great just to get an idea about a product, but just to see how it works in the longer run is also really required. But you saw how well that blended out. It just looks so nice, and I have this sheer layer, sheer finish on my skin, and I still have so much product left on the back of my hand. So I'm going to layer it a little bit on the areas where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, because you guys know I love some good coverage, right? So I'm going to use my brush now to see how well it works with the brush, but I feel like because it's worked so great with my fingers, it's going to work great with the brush as well. It's generally the opposite. Sometimes things can work great with a brush but not with your fingers, but if something works amazing with your fingers, it's going to work great with a tool or a brush 99% of times. And that looks beautiful on the skin. This is looking so nice. It's given me a little bit of glow as well, and obviously I did have like some glow going into it because of my primer, but not too much as well. It's just given me this very healthy sort of, like, I drink water, I eat my greens, and all of that sort of a glow. This is beautiful. I'm so excited to keep on trying this one. I've been on this kick of trying like a lot of tinted moisturizers. I've been really enjoying them, even though you guys know, again, I love my coverage. I love my coverage to bits, but tinted moisturizers have really been so good, and especially because they give you like this even layer of coverage, so you can just go in with like a higher coverage concealer, which I think I'm going to do with my next product, which I'll just move on to. But they just look beautiful, right? Like, I look beautiful, I feel beautiful as well. But next up, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution IRL filter finish. Now this is supposed to give you a very high coverage beauty. Oh wait, let me just talk about it from this one. This is supposed to be a soft matte concealer, which is not supposed to crease. I have the shade C6, and they don't really say anything else, so I'm gonna give you the description myself now. Basically, this is supposed to be like a higher coverage concealer that's supposed to give you a very flawless, very, filtered look, because that's what the name says as well. Now this is supposed to be like a highlighting concealer for me. This is not near my skin tone, but I'm expecting good amount of coverage from it as well, because I want to balance it out with the tinted moisturizer I have going on underneath. So I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes where I need most amount of coverage, and then on the other higher points of my face, just to make sure that my face is nicely highlighted as well, and there's some dimension to it, because I love my dimension. I don't want to look matte flat, because that's not the ideal look. And I have my brush right here, so we're going to start blending this one out. And ooh la la, real-time blending, you saw that, and this hasn't gone patchy whatsoever. So obviously it's a great thing for this tinted moisturizer as well, because sometimes products just don't sit on top of products well, even if the product by itself can look good on the skin. That was confusing. Let me break it down for you in a better way, and by that time some of this concealer can also sit a little longer on my skin. Basically, sometimes a foundation or a tinted moisturizer can look great on its own, but products on top of it don't sit as well. So that's also something to consider when you are buying a base product. But this just went on so smoothly, and it blended out like literally like butter, and this quickly. I'm not even kidding you. You guys are seeing this, right? Like, there's no edit, there are no fastening of the video or anything. I'm just doing it with you guys the good old fashioned way. But wow, that's quick. I'm going to go back in with my tinted moisturizer brush and just like blend it out and make sure that You know, it's all nice and seamless and there's no harsh edges right there. And then I'm gonna blend out my nose as well. This is blending out really, really nicely. Okay, even though we had like a mediocre start, I feel like we can build up the momentum and really, really discover some good new products in the affordable category, because things have been just going crazy with brands and their pricing. Okay, like I was looking at MAC lipsticks, and I think the first lipstick I bought was for 1100 rupees or 900 rupees. I think back then it was 990 when I started buying MAC lipsticks, and now they're at 2100. Like, what just happened? What happened? Like, I know inflation and all and everything, but what just happened? This is, I think, 10 years ago when it was 990, and I know 10 years is like a long time, but 2100? 2100? That's a little too much. This color might be slightly light for my under eyes specifically, because you can see it's looking a little ashy right there. Also because I don't have a lot of coverage on my under eyes right now, right? So it might be a little ashy. So I'm going to balance it out with a layer of my tinted moisturizer to add some warmth back. But overall, I like the finish. I like the coverage. I like the way it's blending out. So all of that gets a thumbs up from my side. Maybe I'll look at getting a shade that's much nearer to my skin tone and not like a highlighting concealer to wear on days when I just want to wear concealer. So this works well even after it's sat on my skin for a bit. So that's nice. That's good to know. We're gonna skip powdering for right now because I have some other cream products to try out first. So I have my Ellen Pro Cream Matte Bronzer, and I think that name is pretty self-explanatory. It's supposed to be a creamy matte bronzer that's supposed to give you this gorgeous glow and tan going on. And I have the shade Natural Tan, and I've bought so many things from Ellen Pro that I haven't yet to try out, and I'm so excited because some of the things that I have tried have done really well for me. So I'm just gonna take my bronzer brush and I'm gonna pick it up on this brush actually first. Let's try out and swatch it on the back of our hand. And ooh, this feels so nice and moussey, like a velvety texture. That texture is so nice. The color is maybe a little too natural for me. Maybe we're not sure, but the texture is so beautiful. I'm just gonna pick it up with my brush and I'm gonna stamp it on my face first. And yeah, this is gonna be a little bit more of a natural tan going on, but I love it because honestly, if I have like a natural base going on like I have right now, I don't want my bronzer to be way too stark. But that texture is so beautiful, and look at how it's blending out. Actually, let's also try to do this with our fingers only, because again, this is not a pan that's very friendly in application and you would be needing a brush. It's not like a stick that you can just swipe on, right? So I'm just going to pick up some of this on my finger and I'm going to tap it on my skin, and let's see how well it blends out with just my fingers, because sometimes you just want a quick fix to your makeup, and that's working so beautifully even with the fingers. I think I'm in luck today. I think you're seeing a lot of products that you might see in future top 5 under 500s, but I think I will also be buying a darker shade in this one, because this, yes, while it's natural and looks very pretty, I would also want something that's a little deeper and maybe like gives me a little bit more dimension. This is very natural and very pretty. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is great. This is great if you just want a very natural look and if you're near my skin tone or maybe even lighter. But I also like a nice bronzy look going on some days, so I might just pick up a darker shade in this one as well. But as of right now, I feel like it looks super gorgeous and stunning. Time to move on to our blush, and I have the Pookie blushes by Mila Beauté. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know if it's Mila Beauté or Mila Beauté or how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I have two shades with me right here. The first one is called Love Bug, which is a purpley color, and then I have a Baby Boo, which is more of a peachy, apricot pinky color. I feel like today, because I'm wearing blue, I don't want to go with purple because that might be a little too contrasty. So I think I'm gonna go with a Baby Boo, which is like a more peachy apricot color that I absolutely love. I love tones like these, and also like the packaging. It feels very Prada-y. So I'm just gonna first check this out on the back of my hand because I don't want to have like blush blindness going on. And let's see what the texture looks like. Oh, it's a very Oh, that just blended out almost into nothingness. Now, this is a very thin texture, like thin in the sense it's not a thick, highly pigmented texture. As you can see, it's slightly more serumy and it's just blending out really, really nicely. So, this is going to be a little bit more forgiving and great for people who don't know when to stop with their blush. So, I'm just going to do, I think, 3 dots first and then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. Somehow, with blushes, I just like to blend them out with my fingers rather than with like a brush, especially when it's a cream product. For my bronzers and everything, I prefer brushes hands down, but for my blush I just like my fingers better. That's just how my brain functions. And as you can see, you do have to layer it slightly to get some color on your cheeks, and I think this much color is enough, but this blends out really nicely. However, I feel that this is slightly, just ever so slightly, picking up on my foundation and moving it a little bit. Just from here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I feel like it slightly moved my foundation, which is not, I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I'm just going to do some blush on the other side as well, and you can go with the heavy hand with this one. And I'm just going to tap and blend it out. Let's see if it moves my foundation on this side as well, and then we'll know for sure that it's moving the foundation a little bit. Yeah, it's moving it a little bit. So I have some skin peeking from underneath, which not my most favorite, but we'll have to make do with what we have right now. I'll have to make it work slightly more for me rather than it working for me, which is not my mantra for makeup these days. Like, I want my makeup to work for me rather than me working on it, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Again, kind of mixed feelings about this one. Now it's time to powder down my face, and I have the half and half Set It Good powder. First of all, cute packaging. I love that lavender color. It looks so soothing on the eyes as well. And not only just that, I love the packaging from inside as well. You do get a puff in here, which is great if you just want something on the go. But then you have a lid that's like a safety lid in here that you need to pull up, and then you have the safe that I have opened just because I don't want to struggle on camera with you guys trying to open the plastic covering, but I've not used it still. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And then it also has like a fingerprint right here, which tells you that you can just press it here to snap it back on. I love that little detail, you know, that's a great detail to add on. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this powder on my cap just to have some powder in there. And the color, the shade that we have is called 03 Fair. That's the shade that I've picked up, and I'm just going to pick it up with my brush. I'm going to coat my brush a little bit in here, and then I'm just going to set my under eyes down, and hopefully this is going to give me nice and beautiful and matte and set under eyes. And ooh, can you see that? Like, it almost looks like a filter. Like, it has mattified my eyes down so beautifully, and it does not feel heavy on the under eyes as well. That looks beautiful. Let me also check out the milling of this powder. Let me just put everything down before I like drop everything. But we'll check it right here. That is finely milled. That is so finely milled, and it's just smoothing out my skin. Can you see the difference between my texture? Because your hands are like, at least my hands are now getting a little wrinkly and all of that. But can you see the difference between these two spaces where I have the powder and where I don't have the powder? It has made a difference. At least I can see that. But let me just put on this on the other eye as well before it creases and just everything becomes messy. But it looks so nice. Now, it hasn't brightened up my skin, but I feel like that's also because I chose a shade that has a little bit of skin toneness to it rather than it being very, you know, banana-y or white or something of that sort. So maybe if you want something to brighten your eyes along with it also looking very filtery, you can look at the other shades that they have to offer. I'll have to check up how many shades they have. I kind of forgot because it's been a while since I bought these products. So yeah, I'll have to like update my knowledge on all of these, but I will have all of the details and links and all of that mentioned for you guys so you can check it out. But it looks really nice on the skin. Now I have a product that I'm genuinely a little scared to try because of everything that I've heard, because I have the L'Oreal 3 Second Setting Mist. Basically, I've heard way too many things about it smelling like a hairspray and it just being a little suffocating and all of that. So I'm a little scared to try it. I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna take one for the team because I wanna see if this is worth it, if it's worth all of the adulation that it's getting, because this has been talked about. Okay, so I'm just gonna shake it to make sure sure that it's nice and activated because I think it says that. And as for the claims, I think it just claims that your makeup will stay for 36 hours without transferring. Who's wearing makeup for 36 hours? Like, I don't even know. I don't even think there's a long haul flight for 36 hours. So, yeah, I don't know who's doing that, but let's just go ahead. And it says 3 seconds. So, I'm gonna mentally count to 3 seconds. I'm not really sure, but I generally take a quick little shower which goes on for like a while. So, don't think I can do that with this one, but let's just go ahead. I've been shaking this for way too long now because I'm just delaying it. But okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, first, let me just do like a test shot. Yeah, it's working and the mist was really fine, so that's good. But let's just, was that 3 seconds? I don't know. I feel like I haven't applied enough because this is not the general amount that I apply. Now this does not smell as strongly as I thought it would. Like, maybe because I've heard so many things, I was expecting it to smell way too much like a hairspray. Yeah, there are like elements of hairspray like fragrance in there, but it's not like the craziest. And yeah, it was very fine and it got absorbed into the skin really, really quickly. That aerosol is top notch. I'm gonna do like a little bit more because I feel like the sides of my face weren't covered, but yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough. It has a little bit of sweetness in there as well if you're just asking me about the fragrance, even though I know this is not a perfume, so you don't need to know the notes, but yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Is it just me or my base is just looking absolutely stunning? Like, it looks so natural, so soft, so just smooth and everything. I'm loving how it's looking and I'm hoping, fingers are crossed, that this next product doesn't ruin it for me because this does come from Renee. And my thing with Renee is that I just feel a lot of their products are a little gimmicky. They are getting a little better, I'm not gonna lie. They are getting a little better with their newer launches, but some of their products are just like, why is this needed? Why are we making this? What's the point? It's just like a rage bait or whatnot. But today I'm going to be trying out their brow fill. Basically, this is a brow filling pen that has spikes in there that's supposed to give you hair-like strokes. And we're going to check this first on the back of our hand. And that's nice, that's fine. And I think I picked up the shade brown. Yes, it's in the shade brown, so I'm just gonna start filling this in. Now, truth be told, I'm not the greatest with products like these. I have tried them a couple of times and I'm not the best, so even if this product is good, it might be my skill that is letting it down. That can be the case totally. So I'm just gonna start drawing hair-like strokes just to fill into my brows and some sparse gaps, and this is quite natural. And I like the shade as well. It's not too deep, it's not too light, it's somewhere in between. It just gives me a lot of control about how much, opacity I want or how filled in I want my brows to look like. So that's nice. And why does it feel like it stopped working? No, it is working. Okay, but it's not working on one side and it is on the other. Weird. But yeah, as I said again, it could be just my skill set is not the most developed for a product like this, because I just feel like this can sometimes be a little too much to handle because you have to adjust a lot of pressure and see how much just fluidity you want in your work as well. I don't know why I had to go all out with my hand movements and gestures for that one. But yeah, I think the product is okayish. It's not the best because it's clogging up a little bit. The foundation seems to getting clogged on this one, and it's mm, yeah, it seems okayish. And I feel like again with this one, you do need more skill sets. And I also feel like products like these are better for people who have a lot of sparse areas in their brows, like maybe missing patches and whatnot, or maybe if you don't have like full eyebrows and you just want to draw them on, then I think a product like this is worthful for you. For someone like me who already has like sort of like semi-full eyebrows, this doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I'm just gonna do my brows off camera because I'm not compromising the look for this one. This is an okay product and my whole hand is covered in it now because I need to clean it up, and it's getting a little messy, like not just my foundation but with the fibers of this product as well. It's getting a little messy. So yeah, I'm just gonna do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Now it's time for eyeshadow, and this is probably the most exciting bit for me in my makeup routine because I love eye makeup. But today we have a slightly neutral palette, so it can be boring but also honestly very helpful because I know most of you guys out there are looking for like great neutral palettes. So I have the K Beauty Eye Canvas quad with me right here, and I've had this since a while now. I bought it, I think, about 3-4 months ago, and I forgot to try it, so I was like, might as well, better late than never. But this is what the shade story looks like. It's slightly pinky, slightly neutral, has some golds and bronzes in there, and this is the shade Embrace. This is the quad variant. So let's just first do some swatches. I love how they have this tiger print going on, even though that doesn't really translate on the eyes, but this is very Huda Beauty-esque if you ask me. And the great thing is that they've collabed in the past as well. I did a collab video, but that's great. So I'm just gonna swatch the shimmers first just to see how they perform. And I hate to ruin that tiger stripe, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And this is what the shimmers look like. They do have a nice feeling to them. They're not the most buttery out there, but they still feel nice and smooth. They're not gritty whatsoever. And now let's watch the mattes, which I'm more excited about because sometimes you don't get good mattes in an affordable price range. And ooh, that's pigmented and creamy. That's beautiful. I just wish that the satins or the shimmers were a little bit more impactful because right now they feel a little dull according to me. But let's just put this on our eyes. I'm going to start off with a blender brush and this beautiful pink eyeshadow, and I'm going to put this all over my crease as a nice transition color. And this again is popping up nicely on the eyes, even though this is not a really deep shade. It's not something that's very different to my skin tone. Like, it has a rosy hint, of course, but it's just showing up really nicely on my eyes, which is something I like. And you can layer it as well just to get like a nicer pigmentation out of it. Then I'm going to go in with another blender brush and I'm going to pick up this brown shade. I'm keeping it separate because I still have to do my other eye. Otherwise, I would have just gone with like one brush and called it a day, because who wants to dirty like 10 brushes and then wash all of those 10 brushes as well? And I don't seem to get a lot of fallout as well right now, but I'm also dusting off the excess, which is super important. And I'm just going to place this on the outer corner. Now, this is not like an intricate eye makeup tutorial right here because I'm just like testing out these products. I'm switching brushes back and forth just to blend it out, and these are very blendable as well. Like, look at that blend, and I'm doing it real time with you guys. But yeah, these does not seem to have like uh, a lot of difficulty in blending out, and also not a lot of fallout, which is great. Love that for me. I do not like fallout. I think no one does like fallout. Going in with a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up this tiger print sort of color, which is not a tiger print anymore once you like swipe it even once. I'm going to dust off the excess and I'm going to place this all over my eye. You see what I meant? Like, the shimmer are a little lackluster, like they don't have the oomph quality to them. Like, I would have really liked if it was a little bit more glittery or maybe a little bit more popping, because right now it's just disappearing into my eye, like it's not there. Let me also try this with my finger and see if it's a little bit more impactful, even though the swatch told us that it won't be. But just to layer it a little with my finger, that's slightly better. Still not the best, but slightly better, just ever so slightly. Have a little bit of fallout right here. I'm gonna take care of that once I'm done with my makeup. I don't want to like move my makeup around too much. Yeah, but that's because maybe I just went in with a little harsh of a movement with my brush. And lastly, I'm gonna pick up this golden shade with another flat shader brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm going to place it in my inner corner just to brighten them up. And this seems to be slightly more peppy. Peppy, is that the right word? Peppy, rather than the pink one, because the pink one has literally just disappeared into my skin. This again, if you're just looking for something that's very blendable, easy to work with, and you don't really care about shimmers a lot, and you just want something that's easy to do on an everyday basis, then maybe you're gonna like this. If you're someone who loves shimmers and glitters and all of that, then maybe you'll find it a little below average, and that's rare for K Beauty. K Beauty generally kills it with their products, but maybe that was their thought process. Like, I don't know if that was their thought process or not. I can just assume. We have a very simple eye look going on, and honestly, if it was up to me, I would maybe add a little bit of glitter, a blue liner, or something of that sort. But I don't have any of those that are new and also in the affordable category. So we're just gonna move on to mascara, which comes from MyGlamm. It's their Super Lash Volumizing Mascara. Now, again, I haven't tried a lot of things from MyGlamm because it also falls in the category of gimmicky of sorts for me. A lot of their products are like, what's really happening? But some of them can be really nice. So hopefully this mascara falls into the latter category because I love to find good affordable mascaras. Now, I did not open this because I wanted to give you guys some ASMR, because this does have like perforated packaging that gives really good ASMR, and I'm not into ASMR, but I know some of you guys are. So let's go. Yep, struggled right there, and that's why I opened stuff up before, so that you guys don't have to go through that with me. And I literally ripped the whole plastic apart, so yay me. Now this one is a 2-in-1 bubble wand, which is supposed to lift and curl. It has jojoba oil, pro vitamin B5. It's supposed to be smudge proof and waterproof, and now it's not. Okay, now I broke the plastic apart, so that's great, but this is not just ready to come up. Wow, finally. So let's look at the wand first. Is it a double? No, it's not a double wand situation. Okay, so bubble wand. Okay, it has that bubbly look. And we are, ouch. It's a very flexible wand, so it literally just slipped out of it and it hit my hand. But we're just gonna coat the lashes with this one and hopefully get really nice, thick, long, luscious looking lashes, because that is my dream. Okay, I don't have a lot of my own natural lashes, so I put some mascara on my eye, like under eye area. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and then I'm gonna just flake it off. But this one seems to be not doing much for me, at least up till right now. Like, what do we feel about this? This looks very, very basic. I'm just gonna swirl this around, maybe to activate the formulation, maybe. I don't know. But this seems to have a slightly more drier formula, and I love dry formulas, but it seems it's a little too dry. When is this best before? Okay, this is best before 11/26, so I'm not using an expired product. This has more than a year to go. So yeah, because a lot of time people just assume that, is it even like okay to use? Maybe you're using an older product and that's why it's dried out or something. But nope, this is good before 11/26. We are still at 8/25 or 9/25 now because it's September. 9/25. So yeah. Mediocre. We have, thankfully we've not had a bad product. Okay, only mediocre ones. And honestly, you can make mediocre products work for you, so it's not the worst thing to happen. But you can't make bad products work for you. I mean, you can technically, you can make anything work for you, but when it comes to like products, I would ideally have like mediocre over bad products to make them work for me. This is a very okayish mascara. I'm not super impressed. The wand looked very promising. The end product, not so much. I of course put on some lashes because I really felt like this look needed this sort of pick me up. Without these lashes, it was looking a little too bland and a little too basic and a little too plain, and we're not about that life. I love my falsies, so they're on my eyes, and these are not new, and that's why I did not include them. But now for the last product for this video, I have Mars Queen of Matte boxes with me right here. So I have all of the shades, but I feel like today I'm going to use peaches and nudes because that's what's going to go with my look overall. And these are like trios of mini lipsticks, which I feel is really cute, and I love the packaging as well. It's pretty fun, and they have 3 shades in here, and I think I want to use the middle shade maybe, and maybe add in the last shade as well. I'll just see what I feel is right. And this is in the shade Queen's Charm 08, and this looks like a beautiful peachy nude pinky color, like a lot of different colors. And I'm going to swatch it first right here, and this has a nice velvety texture. It's not like liquidy and like really dry and matte. It feels like it has a nice moussey velvety texture, so I'm just gonna apply this all over my lips, and ooh, that is a gorgeous color and it feels really comfortable as well. I know a lot of people are going away from liquid lipsticks, but honestly they are the most long lasting products out there. Of course lip stains as well, but when you talk about like proper lip color, nothing beats a good liquid lipstick. And if it's a comfortable formulation, then you can wear it without any hesitation as well, which I feel like this is a good formulation. It does have a little bit of, what can I smell here, a little, not a lot of fragrance in there, so it doesn't smell like a bakery or cake or whatever, but it does look beautiful and it matches to my eye look so well. I think this is the perfect shade selection. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Those were all of the products I wanted to try out with you guys today, and overall I'm really happy with how everything has turned out. Yes, there were some highs and lows because this is life and makeup tryouts and highs and lows are a part and parcel of it, but overall I'm really happy and I'm so excited to keep on trying some of these products as well. Let me know what are you most excited for from this video, and I would love to try it out in depth and share my opinions with you guys once I'm done trying that out. But that's gonna be it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this helpful, and if you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe because that would mean the absolute world to me. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.